Live. No idea if it's working. So, once again, a quick check before everybody comes in. Um, so if you're here, bear with me while I quickly check to see if this is working. Oh, there's a couple of calls here. Maybe you can. Hey, Crystal. Microphone. Before it echoes back into here. This is a place. It's you again. You're on the internet. Okay. Yeah. All right. Break time right now. Where did I put my... Hang on a second. Oh, man. We have... I'm coming back. Relax. Gracie's locked up again, so I thought you guys might want to keep her company with me. I'll take a break. Every time I get an opportunity to come and wander on over here, give her scratches and stuff like that, I do. She's locked up for a couple days because I've run out of glue for what's hopefully her last hoof boot application. Back feet are coming along wonderfully. Yes, they are. Yes, you're looking great. And her front feet are just about perfect. I've just about got them where I want them. I think maybe one more trim, and then we're just going to grow just a tiny bit of kind of what's okay. How do I explain this best? Hopefully you guys don't hear too much of the traffic. I've got the small microphone on, so it's not so bad. I'm here, relax. Hooves that have problems, or large problems, or I don't know, flaring, cracks, rotation, abscesses. Hi, what do you need? I need to come in here with you. I can come in here with you, I guess. I've got a jacket on. Can you believe I've got a jacket on? It's getting chilly. We've got a bit cold air coming in. It was actually pretty good earlier, but it's getting a little chillier. So, hooves. I actually want to answer a different question, but I'll just quickly run past this. When hooves have, in her case, she had not been trimmed. I can't see the camera. All right. They hadn't been trimmed in a really long time. And so they were growing really poorly. One of the feet looked like a club foot. It wasn't a club foot at all. Hey, you're going to step on me if you're not careful. Look at that. I can step on her foot. She doesn't care. Well, what do you want? What if I step back over here? Would you follow me around? Just thinking about it. There we go. Anyway, so you guys have seen a whole bunch of stuff about her feet and how when I got her, they were growing down quite tall. They're like they're referred to as the pop cans or tin cans or whatever. And essentially, the heels had been left to grow really tall, and accordingly, the toes were also quite long as well. And so essentially, she actually had some flair. Yeah, you had some flair. And it's only obvious now that she's been sort of trimmed up in the way that she should be, that there is a bit of a, like it goes down straight and then looks like it, here, I might as well just show you. I might as well just show you. Let me explain it. Break time is lovely time. I love break time. Okay, let's switch the camera around. It's a nice day today. Just so I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but let me. So do you see how let's see if she won't move. Right. I'll come. I don't need you to pick it up. Put it down. Put it down. Down. As if she actually knows what I'm saying. Right to about here. It's nice and connected, but there's a little bit of flare just on this last bit. And it's sort of hard to tell, maybe on camera. The other one too. Just a little bit. Like you can kind of see. Anyhow. So the deal is that what should I do? I guess I should flip the camera around. Now I can see the screen. So I know if I'm in the shot or not. So the last little bit of that still needs to grow out, but to get her feet in the right overall shape, I think we're just about on our last trim. Then it's just a little bit of catch up to where they should be, and then just good maintenance. But she's got way better angles for her fronts, and then her backs. Her back, which one is it? Your back right is all better. Back left still needs a little bit more. Right, a little bit more, maybe one more booting, just to be sure. So, I'm really happy with her. But actually, that's not one of the main. Where is that? Where is it? Okay, hang on. I'm thirsty. The main thing I wanted to actually answer was a question that had come through that is essentially an impossible situation, and I wanted to watch out. Oh, look at that. Coming around, coming around, coming around. I wanted to sort of highlight this because I think that some people can get caught up in the idea of what this problem for this particular, whatever this situation is. And it was a question that felt if there was an understanding of you're just in the way. Did you know that? I guess nobody wants to see me anyway, so maybe we won't worry about it. But the question came down to, is this reality? Is this something that you would deal with in reality? So I titled this video "The Impossible Question or Situation" or whatever I said. I just wrote the title and I can't remember what I wrote. But the short version. The short version is that, here, get out of the way, move over a bit, make some space. The short version is that this is a situation that if you were presented with it, you must be able to look at it in pieces, the pieces that they are. So on a video, so I'll do a little story as well with this because it's important to give the context of why this comment is being put in. So here we go. So I had, I don't know if it's a girl or a guy, but this person had commented on a video that I did about how to pick up your horse's feet without them getting worried or to reinforce the good behavior. Anyways, essentially it's the idea that you should be able to pick up your horse's foot literally by just kind of going, "Hey, can I have your foot, please?" And then they just pick it up for you, You just become good horses. Say, "Hey, can I have your foot?" She says, "Sure, no problem." And let it go. And so the idea that there shouldn't be any concern. They should just pick their foot up and be good about it, and so on and so forth. So that's the gist of the video, because I hear about it a lot, obviously. Go around and a little stressed out there, big girl. Get some yawns and some shakes. See, it feels good to have me here, I think. She regularly kind of lets down a little bit like that. What do you want? You need to have a bite to eat. Take it easy. So here's the comment. So this person says, "I want to see you do one that is not willing to stand in place." So do one meaning to trim them or handle their feet. Move over. Can't see the camera. All right. I want to see you do one that is not willing to stand in place for you untied, pulls and rears if tied or held, nips at you, who is not comfortable with you crouching near him, doesn't move forward for you, and I'd also like to see a start to finish job, including the back feet. Tall order. Wow. You should just show up here and I'll give you a lesson. This is a situation that it's the poor thing about it, or the poor thing, it's a poor situation, but the thing about this situation is that this happens to a lot of people, a lot of horses. Okay, so let's do a little story time for a second here. So the horse that had come in, the horse that this video was off of, was a horse that literally did that kind of stuff. Never to me, but I was told that there was a really big issue. If you were to tie it or hold it and try to trim it, it would rear up. There's plenty of times that if let free at liberty, it would charge fences and try to bite people, and had supposedly even bent a round pen panel trying to get to somebody. It was a pretty unhappy horse. And so to go to try to trim this thing to kind of get it comfortable, I don't know what they did to get it done, because the main stories that I heard were that if you tried to do anything, it would just rear up, it wouldn't give its feet, and so on and so forth. So my video is with that horse, and the result was to just slowly get it okay with picking up its feet. So here, I want to see you doing is not willing to stand in place for you untied. So right there, I mean, I've done piles of videos where I have horses be with me untied. I have horses be with me unhaltered. You know, they don't have anything on. They just come and hang out with me. Gracie's a good example. If I were to kick her off her food and then come over here, not too much time, she'd probably come over and just sort of hang with me if I give her a hard enough time. Granted, in a small space, so it's a little bit easier, but it's not like I couldn't get it done in a bigger space too. The concepts are the same. So right then and there's a problem. If they won't put their feet where you want them to be. And interesting, once you get that dealt with, the rest of it sort of goes away. I can see some comments coming out. Let me just quickly take a glance, make sure you guys aren't saying something I can't hear you or some stuff like that. Standing with Gracie. Live chat. Okay. All right. So what's that? Okay. So nothing. David's on the ball with whatever he's doing. I'll check comments in a minute, but I just want to if I end up looking at comments while I'm talking, then I get off topic, and then I have a hard time getting back to it, and then you guys are like, oh, there he is getting off topic again, like right now. So okay, so to trim a horse that won't stand in one place for me untied is just not going to happen. If I go to trim a horse, if I go up to him and untied, maybe unhaltered, because a lot of times I'll do this job with no halter, no lead rope. In fact, I just went to a horse the other day, and a lovely lady that was taking care of him, she'd brought out a halter and a rope, and I said, well, maybe we don't need that. Let's check this out. And we didn't. Horse just stood there. Lovely horse. A little unhappy here and there, but a couple of things. It was weird to sort of get a good grasp on, but it didn't matter. It was fine. Everything was fine. Picked up its feet well and all that kind of stuff. But if I walk up to these things and I say, hey, can I quickly just have your foot? Before I even reach, she should hand me her foot. Right? So there's one foot. Let's come around to the other side. Say, hey, can I borrow your foot, please? And before I even touch her leg, go on, try again. You know, she should just pick it up. And I should be able to just, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I essentially have one finger on it. And I'll pet her. And then I'll put it down. But, you know, this thing is... Why are you so grumpy? She's a great example as well, because the reason we started this, well, this stream started with her feet, but she couldn't be trimmed. She supposedly needed some kind of tranquilizing to make anything good happen, which is absurd to me because she's so good. So I'm going to get to the rest of the story on that note as well. So you can walk up to them and you if you can't do that, if you can't get their feet, and if they look like they're just going to walk away from you, then of course then you get your halter and your lead rope and you say, okay, come on, come with me. And then it addresses the second point. Where is this? Back there, so blah blah blah. Okay, so won't stand in place if you're untied. Pulls and rears if tied or held. Nips at you or is not comfortable with you crouching near him. Doesn't move forward for you. So right there, if I put a halter and a lead rope on this horse who won't let me go near the legs and they don't move forward, they won't lead. So I'm making an assumption based off of here. But I would assume that the horse won't move forward based off of a lead, like a pulling them. So then it becomes now we're doing groundwork. I'm not trimming. There's no trimming that's going to happen at this point. What has to happen is the basic groundwork needs to happen. Whether or not this horse has an education or not, I have no idea. If this horse had no education and, you know, I wonder how you got a halter on. So I'm going to make an assumption that a halter can be put on this particular horse, the lead rope. It just doesn't listen very well, you know, for particular reasons we'll get into in a minute. So if I get a lead rope or halter and lead rope on here and I go to pull and they don't come forward, well, then I'm just going to probably pull and wait and hold. And if they step forward, I will then proceed with my basic groundwork of where I say, good job, good girl, good boy. Pet them, tell them it's okay, try again. And essentially what you're going to do is you're going to, here, let's try her tail. I'm working with Gracie with her tail. So I'm going to very lightly hold her tail this way, and we'll see what she does. Now she's gone the wrong way, still going the wrong way, there. And I'll release. Hi, I've got your tail. What do you think? Come this way. Good girl. Okay, she's gone back the other way. I'll hold. That's good. That's good. So it would be a lot like that. I would is groundwork at this point. Now, if I got something good there, terrific. Now I've got a foundation. I've got something to draw from that says I can move your feet by request, not by forcibly doing it. And in return, you will be rewarded as a very good horse that you are, and everybody will love you forevers and evers. Don't ever stand behind your horse. It's super dangerous because they might flick their tail up and whack you. She's such a good girl. Okay, moving on. So we've now covered the moving forward part. So then from that point, because I can move the feet, if I go near the horse and they back up. So let's look at the second part here. It says pulls and rears if tied or held. So you now have something where if you go to pull on them, not only do they not come forward, but they go backwards. They go the wrong way. And if they're rearing up, it means that their back feet are stuck and the only thing that they know to do is come upwards. And it may be even a defensive gesture because they're very used to it working because they've been approached. Most likely this horse has been approached poorly a lot of times. Another quick story time. Recently I went out to this horse and an Arabian just like her, except a boy. And he presented fearful. Fearful is easy to show you. I can approach her with my hand above her head and she will become worried. I can easily worry her. Now that's a worried horse. That's a fearful horse. That's the very basics. I mean, if I were to continue to really give her a hard time, but I don't want to, I'm actually just going to pet her real quick. Then she can present even more. So ears back, quick movements, head raising, may try to bite, may try to paw, may try to move their shoulder in, may try to kick with the back end. Now that's a long ways in though. If you're getting a kick from the back end, you missed a bunch of stuff before that. So presenting fearful, and same approach. Um, I would move the horse backwards a little, move the horse forward a little bit, pet him, tell him it's good, it's okay. Reach down for the legs, pick it up a little bit, put it back down, pet them, tell them they're good. Honestly, it is just consistent and repetitive behavior that they can then rely on to feel comfort and hopefully some safety. They don't feel like they need to defend themselves. So that was that poor horse's story. And fun fact, actually, that owner knew Gracie's owner and knew where she came from, which was fascinating in my opinion. So, so if I can bring this horse forward, then likely I have gotten rid of the idea that they're going to pull back when I do pull them. Now, the other part of making sure that they come forward is when you go to pull or lead and they don't come, you can kind of hold. And if they're just really, really resistant like that, and I'm pretty sure I've done a video about it, but essentially you'll pull and you'll hold maybe 10. What did I do? Who did I do this? Oh, trailer work. I did it on trailer work. So same kind of idea, but you might need to kind of drive. So you might kind of hit your leg or swing a rope a little bit. And then when they go, you can release both moving a rope and the pressure on your hand. And you'll quickly, very, very quickly teach them that they don't need to pull back anymore. You want to get rid of that as fast as you can. A pulling horse is a dangerous horse, mainly because they're fearful to go forwards. You really want to get that done. So, one that's not willing to stand in place for you untied. So now I should be able to deal with that, because if they start jogging around a little bit or moving around a little bit, then I would just ask them to move their feet. And when they move their feet, I'd stop them and I'd reward them. If they start moving their feet, I'll put them back in another spot wherever they need to be. Get it, Gracie, teach it a lesson. So that should theoretically get rid of that. But I wouldn't even bother trying to trim this thing at this point. So in reality, it can actually be, it can be as short as 10 minutes, maybe 5 if you're really, really good at it, or as long as, say, a couple of days of where you're really just trying to get them to be really good. If I was going to take my time with it, I would get them really good with a bit of groundwork, make sure they're calm, and leave them in a happy place. And then come back and do a little bit more, leave them in a happy place. Come back and keep working at trying to get the feet up. If I can't get the feet up, you can't really trim them. You just end up having a horse that fights. And if you go ahead and tie them, well, the only thing they're ever going to know is how to try to get away, and they'll pull and possibly rear and possibly strike, and it's just an unsafe situation. So this question is a good one in that to ask, I want to see you do all these things. That's a hard thing. But on the flip side of that, I've had plenty of clients have me come out, and they've had somebody else working on their horse up until recently, and they say, okay, this is my horse. Usually she doesn't stand very well. There might be some problems. I'm not really sure why this has happened. And I'll come up and I'll approach, and I'm not kidding at all. I'll come up and I'll just say, oh, hey, how's it going? I'll come pet them, and you know, maybe I'll get their attention a bit. Say, hey, can you put your head up for a sec? Pay attention to me. And I'll rub them a little bit here and here. I'll say, hey, can I have your foot? And they will literally do that. And I'll just start trimming. And countless times I've had owners say, where did my horse go? And there'll be people milling around. They're like, look at my horse. It's standing like it's not even my horse. Would somebody switch my horse out or something like that? And while I completely understand the sentiment of that feeling, where you just think it's like hanging, it's like how you got a kid, and you take your kid over to your friend's place, or you take your kid out somewhere and they're on their best behavior. something like that. It's not my kid. When I'm at home, my kid's rude to me or something like that. And it's sort of that kind of feeling. It does not the exact same thing, but you kind of go, what? Why can't you just be like this all the time? Um, and for the horses, though, I always find it, I don't know if I would say insulting, but definitely there's a side of me that feels, um, you know, as a handler or owner, it's important to take a look at what your horse is doing with the person that's with them. So it's still the same horse, still the same kid, still the same friend, whatever. It's the same being, but responding differently to what's being presented to them, right? Very easy for me to come in like this and be big and kind of scary, and she's going to avoid me and she's going to try to get out of the way, and I'm not going to be very comfortable to be around. That's normal. But if I come in and I just say, hey, I just want to give you a scratch here. Can I scratch you up here? Oh, that's nice. Here, can you come this way for me, please? Face the camera a little bit more. And let's see if we can kind of guide you over. Maybe come forward a little bit, if you could. That would be nice. A little more. I know I'm bugging you, but you need to move forward. Poke, 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 poke. So I'm going to get her to come forward a bit. Move your feet. Move your feet. Move your feet. You're in big trouble. I'll push you around. Come on. Right? She's worried. She says, hey, no touchy touch. Now I'll get into where I've got her where I want her, and it's time for scritchy scratches. And then I can come up a little more forward. Let's come in. Come here, Gracie. You big goofball. And try a little more. Say, hey, it's cool. I know you're worried. I'm going to touch you here and here. And she says, no, not comfortable with that. But she'll get there. Watch. This won't take long. Relax. Okay. Scritchy scratch, scritchy scratch. Come over. Deal with this top of the head problem. She says, well, you made me a little uncomfortable. Yeah, I know. Scritchy scratch. Oh, there's a nice breath. So I'll let her go on that. And then just kind of pet her. So how you present or what you do or your intention or your visible intention, or are you coming in too fast, too hard, the wrong spot, too high, whatever. Which leads to the last thing, the horse is not comfortable crouching near him. I don't know of any horses that when you come down like this, that they don't just sort of check you out. What are you doing down there? Well, can I come down with you? What are we doing? I've never seen a horse not just kind of look over and think, what are you doing down there? But again, history, presentation in the past, what are they used to? Somebody that's been down there, do they get up and give them trouble? So it's an impossible question. It would be very difficult. And I'd probably end up not getting anything close to what that horse is used to most of its life, to what has caused it to be this, what is it, rearing up, nipping, biting? Wow. Not comfortable with you crouching. I just probably wouldn't get that. So it'd be very hard to sort of replicate that. Anyways. So you have to break it up. When you're presented with problems like that, you must break up the whole package into bits and pieces. And the most important thing is that when I say, hey, can you move forward? She says, how far? Oh, just a little, maybe one more step if you could. Great, it's a little far. Can you bring your butt back over here? Do I have any tools to get this done? Yes, I do. Why? Because I thought it was important to teach her. I'll just hold and wait. Come on, bring your butt over. It's the wrong way. There. A little more. I'm going to ask her to come over. Come on, big girl. Nope, wrong way. Good girl. Right, and then I'll step back a little. Ask her to come over another step. That's nice. Pet her. Scratch her. You know, what does she like? What are horses like? And this is the best way, in my opinion. I'll come under. Say hi. Just snuggling up as I come over. So I like that. I don't care. Get used to it. I'll do it every day. Okay, questions. Oh, man. It's beautiful here. Let me switch the camera. You guys have got to check out the view here. It's gorgeous. Look at this. Beautiful day. We've got the sunset happening. Look at this place. Green and luscious. But slowly turning into autumn. But the sun's going down and the rays, they come in and actually got a bit of blue sky. It's been raining like crazy. Absolutely crazy. So for the last few days. What is she doing? What's she looking at me for? What do you want? What do you want? You think I'm leaving? I'm coming back. Move over. Shove her over. Push her over. She says no. Push her over. All the way to the corner. Go to the corner. Go to the corner. Good. Scritchy scratch, scritchy scratch. Right there. She says, oh, that's nice. And done something good. Walk away. You know? She says, oh, that's not so bad being in the corner. No, of course not. David, you're texting me. What do you want? Never mind, he says. Thanks, buddy. Okay, questions. If, let's see if my phone will flip. There we go. Wearing a jacket. Yes, Twinkie, I am. Okay. Lots of people here. Hi, everybody. Carol. Carrie. Oh, I already got these. Miss Dill Pickle. Hello. Your screen is black. Refresh. Mine's good. Debs and Debbie, you changed your name to Debs? Cool. Manchester. She looks so shiny. She is kind of shiny. A little dusty, though. A little dusty. When I go to scratch her body, she gets the usual. Oh, she says, no, more forward. Lena's looking for camera time. It's true. She has been sort of glancing over quite a bit, and she's gorgeous, too. Look at her standing in the sun, being all good looking. Let's see if we can get both horses in. Yeah, there we go. Lena's awesome. She's doing really well. There we go, something like that. There, you guys can see both of them. Okay, Oh, there's a problem with the video. Camera hog. She is. Oh, lioness on the wall. Good advice. Thank you. I try to. How sure are you she won't kick? Okay, you just answered my question. Got it. How sure am I? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure she won't kick. She hasn't kicked me yet. Yes, Twinkie. She only. Hello, Susan. She only has one hoof to fix left. Yeah, wearing a jacket now. It actually just got it kind of a little bit chilly. And it's been raining like crazy. So I've actually been pretty busy trying to fix the place up a bit and whatnot. But good question on about standing behind a horse and how sure you can be that they won't kick. So real quickly on the kicking business. Hi, just coming back here. And am I sure she won't kick me? Well, I'm pretty sure. Do I think she'll step on me out of sort of confusion or, uncomfortableness or whatever? Yeah, a little bit. So I'm pretty cautious, but I can give her some good feelings back here. So the idea is that everything you do. See, I might get squished between the boards here, so I step off to the side a bit. So I might just push her forward. Look at her, pin her ears at me. All right, move around, Saga. Look at her. Move. 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 Good girl. Oh, well, you guys get to watch me work on Soda for a second here. Move over. Good. Move over. All right, she's yielding to some pressure. Maybe I can get this even lighter. Move over. I don't know what your deal is with you. Move over. Good. Good. Come here. Okay, let's try again. I don't really want her to be so... I want to be able to move her forward. See, she's coming backwards. Don't really want that. Then she'll just squish me or something. What? What do you need? Go forward. Oh, come on. Oof. Will you just come forward, please? She has been very picky about me bugging her stifle, actually. She's giving me a really hard time with that. So I'm just going to kind of bug her on the back end here to see if she'll move her feet. She can't quite reach me with her mouth, and I don't think she's going to kick. We need to get her moving a bit. So I'm going to give her some scratches for a second. And you'll see her respond to that. And then I'm just going to have her come forward. I know. It's hard to understand. Move forward. Come on. Go against the pressure. Or don't go against. Go with the pressure. There. Okay. Now scratchy scratch. So, push her over. I need a little bit of space here. Okay. Push. I'm not saying do this with your horse, but I kind of trust her. It's a good question. Do you trust her? Yeah, I do. She'd actually really like some scratches, which is why she's coming into me. But I really want her to move forward instead of into me. This must look so weird. Just put your tail down. Now go forward. There. Good girl. Okay, we got one step. So it's not any... No, I don't. Go forward. I know, you're itchy. It's not any different than I would do if I had, the basic kind of groundwork exercise I need to do. I'm still going to try to get one step, then two steps, and forward. Okay, move over then. I don't have any space here. We've got such a small space. Okay, try again. There. Moves off of pressure. That's what you want. So we're training Gracie live. Pet her. She needs pets. Oh, you dropped my cup. Well, there wasn't much in there anyways. Close quarters with horses can always be kind of concerning, so you have to have a lot of trust. It's true. It's a good question. Do you trust her? Yeah, I do. Mostly. So let's shift her around a bit. She hates her stifle being touched. Watch. See? That's an uncomfortable horse. Why? Well, because it's a sensitive area. Personally, I think it tickles. I know. So we got to keep working at it. Here. So here's one that bites or nips if you do the wrong thing. But it's no different than if I was going for the leg. You know, you got a horse that's going to try to nip at you if you touch their leg. Well, here I have a horse that's going to nip me if I play with their stifle. So I got to be cautious. So that's okay. You can be upset. Don't worry. I might need to doctor you one day. We should probably get this figured out. She's better than she was before. She's been way worse. Hey, what if I scratch you in your belly? Is that any good? There's the armpit. Does it tickle? Tickle, tickle, tickle. I think horses are ticklish. Could be wrong. Probably right. They sure act like it. They just don't laugh. They find it uncomfortable, which is what a ticklish feeling actually is. It's uncomfortable. Thanks for knocking my cup off. Let's try the stifle again. Hi. May or may not let me touch her here comfortably. Be nice to see her not be interested in biting. Yeah, she's gone back to eat. There she goes back to eat. I'll leave her alone. Find some kind of happy place to be. So there you go. A bit of on that topic of what do you do when a horse gives you trouble. Just keep working. What? I didn't know that freaked you out. Now I know. Let's do a few things at once. Let's see if she'll come to me. There. Come back. Come on. See if I can get her to come back a little bit. Should you be able to lead your horse with their tail? Yes. Yes, I think you should. Will she kick me? Oh, she has no reason to. There's no reason to kick me and get me out of here. I think that'll do for now. If I leave here, let's see what she does. See if she draws out. You guys can stare at Lena for a second too, because she's come all the way over. Come check the place out a little bit. Split screen, dual horses. Let's see what she does. Okay, let's check questions. But anyways, I really wanted to cover that. A little bit about Gracie's feet, a little bit about training away some of the trouble. I think it's calm and assurance you project. Good point. Look at her. This is hanging around real close. There. Calm and assurance. Yeah, I try to give the impression that I know what I'm doing with the horses, and hopefully they pick up on that. You know, hopefully they can get that I'm not trouble, but I'm also will give some trouble if I'm not getting what I need. You know, my own safe space. Twinkie, I've been told to never walk in back of a horse. I can hug every one of my horses' butts, including this thing. They don't. I mean, there's reasons not to stand behind a horse for sure. Their tail is like a whip, it hurts like heck. You know, it's uncomfortable to get hit with the tail. Is there a chance of getting kicked? In some cases, yes. If the horse considers you dangerous or gets surprised by what you're doing or touching, then they may kick, but it's not necessarily going to be to get rid of you or try to hurt you. It might just be out of being startled. So there's something to be said for doing as I say, not as I do. I'm a boss and a pro. Thanks, Twinkie. Susan, if you don't come on every day, I know you're busy. But hey, aw, thanks. I've been so busy. I really am trying. I was going to put up a larger video last night. I put up a couple of little ones over on Patreon, but I wanted to put up a larger one. But my computer crashed, totally crashed. It was 3 hours that I was trying to recover it. So I ended up doing these little tiny things on my laptop, which doesn't go very well because it's so slow. But I do have some stuff that I want to put up. So I will be back. Hi. But you're all lonely now? Huh? What is it? What can I help you with? Hey? You're such a big softie. Everybody sees right through you. Did you know that? They all know you're a big softie. Yeah. Back for more? No more biting? Says, yeah, don't touch my stifle. Stop tickling me. Okay. Okay, Carol. Oh, good job, David. Yep, a couple stars and stuff. But David's put it in there, so thanks, man. So yeah, it's your fault, buddy. You should have um, put in the warning. How long have you been working with horses, or does it just come naturally for you? Is it a matter of patience that seems to be present in your instructions? I do get asked this question. I'm feeling uncomfortable watching this. Please, Gracie, be a good girl. Was that when I was working with her butt and stuff? It is a little bit uncomfortable. It's for sure. It's not. It's what? I don't know. You're just a big love bug. Yeah, it's uncomfortable. I that's why I say do as I say, not as I do. But I do all of this with all of my horses because this is what they want to be. You know, they want to be close and quiet and peaceful and not troubled, and they want to feel safe, and they want to be scratched, and they want to be groomed, and they want to be taken care of, and all kinds of really good stuff. But she's just an absolute sweetie. But you might not know it if you watch just that clip of me handling her stifle. You know, if I go back to tickling her stifle, you know, which I need to do a lot of, to be honest, because I never know when I might have to doctor her or somebody else does. And she should get used to hands being under there without her getting concerned or feeling like she needs to say no. Um, but anyway, so yeah, see, here's another person saying that the stifle is very sensitive places. Sue says, I know my horses. I think so. But it is uncomfortable. And it's uncomfortable to me too, because I do think in my head, somewhere in the back of my head, I think, I really do hope this goes well. Because if it goes poorly, then it's not just it. I'm going to have trouble. Obviously, I'm going to get squished or hurt or something like that. Um, uh, uh, but she's going to have a bad experience for her too. One, because I made her feel a bad experience, is my fault, and two, she's going to end up doing something to me that maybe a horse can handle, but as a human, we can't. And so it might actually really bother her if she were to cripple me or hurt me really badly. I think horses do have those feelings when they hurt their humans. They think, unless it's sort of deserved in a way, I suppose. Like, you hear some stories. I'm going to stand right there. You can see Lena. Gracie. Okay. Next. Okay. So how long have I been in this? 8 years or so. 8 to 9 years. Does it come naturally? Over time, it does. Um, I've always been pretty good with animals, dogs, cats. Oddly enough, I've been quite good at teaching or training or getting them to do things that people are like, oh, what'd you make them do that for? Like, I had cats, and I taught them when I go to feed them. Here's a weird thing, that they had to wait until I said it was okay to eat their delicious wet food, whatever delicious gourmet food that I had presented to them or they thought was really good. They didn't just come in and sort of take over. I would say, wait. And they would just sit and wait. And I would walk away and walk away. And then I would say, okay, go eat or something. And then the cats would go eat. And I thought it was just fun. I thought it was something kind of neat to do. Um, and so I think that there is probably some of it that is sort of a natural inclination to learn and do these things. But a lot of it is a lot of, I mean, I've spent, I guess, thousands of hours. What would it even be? I don't even know. I'd have to do some kind of math, but I'm with the horses every single day. So, is it a matter of patience? Two things have to happen. One, um, you definitely have to be patient yourself, but you also have to teach the horse that you are patient. or that you will be patient with what you'd like them to do. Because if I wasn't patient with her about her stifle, I might go at it a little bit more aggressively than what she can manage. And that may come out good, it'd probably come out bad. um, and so there is a heck of a lot of patience that must happen. And the more patient they think you are, the calmer they will be to learn whatever it is that you think that you'd like to teach them. So, you know, that's how that works. Let's see. So that's Carol's question. Gracie's way better than before. Yeah, she's coming along. Yep, I think she's much better. Obviously, we spent a lot of time together, and spending time with a horse can mean everything to them. We had Carol, you're welcome. I put up an article a little while back from Ross Jacobs that he'd written, and I put it on Facebook if you guys are on there and have seen it. Here I'm just rocking her withers back and forth. You might say, why? Why are you doing that? I just want to see if she's loose, see if she's okay with this. She may or may not be. But he'd put up, there's a level of trust that happens or naturally happens, and essentially, in some cases, only happens when you are living with your horses, when you are around them every single day. This is what you do. I don't know if you guys can see it, but she's now finally rocking back and forth with me. Aren't you? You're rocking back and forth with me. Don't chew on the phone. In good time. You can mess around with your horse with all kinds of things. I was doing something the other day, a couple weeks ago now, maybe a week and a half ago. I was working with this horse that was a little troubled here and there and not really getting some of the things I want to do. So I switched things up. I just switched up what I was doing on the fly. Instead of one method, I used another method, and I sort of interspersed this other method. And then I started doing something quite different, came back to the original method, put in a little bit of this other thing. And the owner had said, I don't know, what did you do there? I said, well, sometimes you just kind of, you just, the lines get blurred on what you might do, and you just try a whole bunch of little things. This is one of those things. Rebecca, hello to Las Vegas. She is better, it's true. Susan, the last one I put up from Colorado was beautiful. I'm glad you liked it. I really liked Colorado, and I definitely had to capture as much as I could when I was there. And I knew in time I would find, a few moments. I mean, that one took a little while to put together, but I knew I'd find that time to put that together, and I really wanted to present it in such a way that I felt when I was there. Being up with the horses early in the morning, sunset's coming up, these big, huge, massive skies, nothing that we see here because there's just too many trees and mountains in the way. But out in Colorado, man, the skies just look huge and gorgeous, just full of texture and color and stuff like that. And there's no way that I couldn't try to present it some way. So I did. If she had a baby, this would take care of it. What do you mean? Oh, the stifle problem? Maybe. People I know treat their horses like objects. It's sad. Love how you give them respect. Oh, thanks, Twinkie. Yeah, I mean, most of the time. But I'm still going to bug her and give her a hard time. Look at this. Rawr, she's still eating, though. What? Did you just hit me with your tail? You're in big trouble. She hit me with her tail. Gracie needs a baby? I don't think so. All right, it doesn't work. My jacket's too thick for your tail to get through. Look how angry she is. She's so angry. But see, she's talking. She's saying, hey, that makes me feel uncomfortable. Okay. Yeah. I don't know about a baby. You have the gift for caring for... What? I'm just holding your belly. Were you educated? Monique says, were you educated about horses or have you learned from life? Everything I've learned about horses has happened in the last 9 years. Poor Gracie. She's so sensitive. Let's give her some scritchy scratches up here. Put her ears back. There you go. She's like, good. Don't you dare. Ah, back up here. Now back over here. Now up here. Watch, this is my hand. Scratch back here. Scratch up here. See, I gotta work. I might as well work on this with you guys. You might as well see how I'm gonna. This is what I would do even if no camera. I'd just spend this time. I'd scratch there. Before she could get too troubled, I might get out. It's just another tool. Give her a little bit of trouble, come back out. Give her a little bit of trouble, come back out. Let's do our rocking exercise. Back and forth. Back and forth. You know, a lot of my edge. Hey, you're a little too snuggly there. Settle down. A lot of the stuff I learned is, you know, being around horses, talking to a lot of people, ask questions. You know, everything you can learn, you can ask by people who are, when they're with the horses, their horses look, well, maybe not quite this happy, but you know what I mean? Rawr! What's going on? Rawr! She's gonna smash me with her tail in a minute. Right? This is an angry horse. Yeah, you know, ask people, do their horses look happy? Are they comfortable? Are they... Whoa, come here. Oh my goodness. She's all out of sorts now. All right, let's deal with this. All out of sorts, aren't you? Yowzers. Come here. Come here. Come here. Stop eating. So I won't have her eat. I won't let her eat now. She's got to come back to me. So block the face. She's got a lot to say, so I'm just going to move her over. Say, move your feet. Good. You need a different frame of mind there, big girl. Different frame of mind. Okay, move your feet. Just bump her on the sides. I'm going to be doing it when I get a saddle on her, so she better get moving. Good. Move your feet a little. Let's back her up. Back up. Good girl. Good girl. Back up more. Give me your other eyeball. Come around. Good girl. Come around some more. Grab her by the neck. Ask her to come over. She says, I know what you want. Good. It's a small space. You got to work in a small space. She's not tied up. Push backwards. Go back. Move your feet. Come the other way. Good girl. Whoop. It's hard to do without a halter. But you can both get good at it. Switch eyeballs for me, please. All right. Switch them back. Touch there. Switch it back. Touch there. Say, look. We're best friends. You must have forgotten for a second. Hey? Sorry I had to bug you so much. Good girl. So fix it. There's a common saying out there that people worry about their horse getting wrecked. Oh, I don't want to wreck my horse, or I don't want so-and-so to touch my horse. They'll wreck my horse. And I think that's weird, because plenty of people send their horses off to trainers to fix their horse. So if a horse can be wrecked, it can be fixed. If it can be fixed, it can be wrecked. You can go backwards and forwards, like right now. So I'll come in again and maybe I'll be softer. Maybe she'll respond better. My intention should be a little bit more clear. Just get her to say it's okay. I know you're touchy. I heard about your history just a little bit more. Gracie has not had a very good history. No. But that's different. No, I know. Our damn bushy, isn't it? Right? Top of your head. You get so worried. Stick with me. I'm coming in. I know. It's okay to get close to your horses if you can. Just let her think for a second, see what she does. Just eat. Nothing over there. So there you go. You know, wreck it, fix it, wreck it, fix it. It feels like that's all I do. Stress horses out and then bring them back to normal or wherever they should be. Let's see. Seems like there's a lot of comments. Can't look at them on the screen. Okay. Hi, Lena. Anybody want to go see Lena for a second? I've been hanging around Gracie this whole thing. What's going on, big girl? There's the camera facing me. Let's go say hi to Lena. Gracie's fine for a bit. Really bugged her. Twinkie, you got a lot of comments. See, oh, you could see us rocking together. Good. It's really, let's see if I can do it with Lena. She's sort of face head on. You guys can probably see it happen. Hi, Lena. You're looking a little bit dirty. Yeah, the rocking thing is, oh boy, you are so much bigger. I don't know if Lena will do it. She might just be looking for scratches. Let's see if we can maybe for there. Oh no, I lost her. She says no. Okay, ready? Left, right, left, right, left, right. Lena, you no, stop it. Too snuggly. Oh, no, not forward. Right, left, right, left, right. There we go. Left, right. Well, she's lost it. You suck. Gracie's better than you are. Twiggy, personal question. How tall are you? 5'10". It's not so personal. Now when I see people using horse bits, it looks really harsh to me. In some cases, yes. Hard metal horseshoes look hurtful. Now I know better. Oh, you're welcome. Some of them are. Nina, you wouldn't do a rocking exercise. Right, left, right, left. Nope, she says I'm out. Yeesh. Get Lena butt in a second. Sorry for so many comments. No worries. These other horses, my friends, look so glum and their spirit seems void. Lena, you're just getting a jacket dirty. Not all like your horses. Oh, yeah? Well, my horses are a pain in the butt. So maybe their horses aren't a pain in the butt. Mine are a pain in the butt. They're pesky critters. Yes, you are a pesky critter. What do you want? Look, you pushed a button on the phone. What'd you do? It's going around. Lena. Back up for a second and you'll touch the yellow line. Nobody wants that. Horses are so fascinating. No. Don't do that. You're making me nervous going close to that line. he interesting? Isn't she interesting? She says, scritchy scratch, would you? If I do that, you're going to stretch your nose out. Oh, well, your loss. Just kidding. She'll just pick her head up. I've almost got it. Oh, there it is. Got it. That's the spot. She says, scratch her. Oh, Lena, don't put your face near the... No, see. You're making me nervous. I don't think you're paying attention to where the fence is. Okay, next question, if there are any. I think it's a matter of sensitivity to animals. Some have, some don't, says Sue. True. Yes, there is a... there's your own sort of self-awareness. And then... there's an empathy or I mean, good observational skills will tell you certain things, but there's a particular amount where empathy is a big deal. So see, same with Lena. I am absolutely 100% not worried about her kicking on me if I stand back here, because she's super interested in being scratched. Lena, you look just maybe you're losing a bit of weight. That'd be good. Anyways. So yeah, you have to be sensitive. I'm gonna say, what the hell are you doing? Do horses have moods like people do? Has Lena lost weight? Nancy, and Twinkie, right? Both of you guys just kind of noticed a little bit when I look from behind. Oh, for Christ, Lena, just stand here. I don't see sort of as round of a butt, I think, that I used to, and I think she's sort of, yeah. I think you have lost a little bit. Maybe not a lot, but she has sort of been on a diet. I have been trying to get her to eat more. That's around what her weight demands. And so I think she's kind of coming along a little bit. She's still big. She's still a big, huge girl. Okay. Do horses have moods? Yeah, absolutely. They can definitely have times where they're just uncomfortable, maybe sleepy. You know, they haven't had enough sleep, and they'll be not as patient. So I think horses have moods, and they may have. Oof, you're getting pretty close. Lena, you're in the way. Yeah. I try to read that a little bit, and the easiest way to cheer your horse up is to feed them. Give them some grass or something. Scritchy scratch them, whatever. I mean, you can work on your horse's mood to make them feel a little bit happier to be hanging around with you. Olives, right. Okay, can you tell us about Gracie's history before you got her? I've discussed it a few times, so I'll give you the nutshell version. Hello, Nancy C. Just got home from the stable. Where you're bored. Cool. Olives, right. Gracie's history. Well, she's 5 now, 5 and a bit. Ugh, come here if you're going to bring your head all the way over. I might as well hug you while I'm at it. Well, there. Hi, Lena. She has come from a place that an owner who loved her very much, loved a lot of horses very much, but ended up passing away before she could sort of figure out where Gracie was going to be in her life in the future, and was very worried that whoever was going to get her next would give her a hard time. So there was this chance of Gracie actually being put down. Like a lot of horses that end up having trouble, and I heard from this other person as well, that her horse and Gracie, I'm not sure if there were any others, but the story was the same, that They weren't treated very well because people were uncomfortable around them. These horses became or were fearful, and then you end up causing people to get very nervous and worried, and in turn that causes them to be a little bit more not as friendly as they could be because they're afraid, and the perpetual cycle just continues. And horses know if you like them or not. They know. If you like them and you think good things about them and you say good things about them and you hang around with them and you're like, oh, I really like you, I want to be close to you too. And you come in and you give them a big hug and you hang around and you touch them and tell them they're good horses and all that kind of stuff. They know. But if you're hanging around with them and you're looking at them and you're giving them bad eyeballs and whatever, then they know that too. You're just the itchy monster. And so my understanding is she'd kind of been a little bit, had a little bit, maybe too much of that. And so in turn, they don't get maybe a lot of this sort of nice touches and feelings, and they don't get soft. They don't get soft and stay soft. They'd like to be. All horses want to be exactly like this. I don't know any horse that doesn't just turn into this when given the opportunity. I really don't. So her story is just, a horse that is misunderstood, and it doesn't mean you get to love on them all the time. There's probably a good lesson to be taken from that. Just as I was showing you there, if I go to touch her stifle and she continues to tell me that I'm not doing any good to her and she'd like me to go away, well, there's going to be a point where I'm going to say, actually, it's not me who's going to be moving. You're going to be moving. Sucks we're in the same space, but shuffle around a little bit, would you? And then I'll be nice to you. Says, look, hand goes there. Scratch. I've never had her do that before. Here, watch. I'm going to do it again. Let's see if she does this. Puts a hand on. Wiggles the hand. Bump, bump. She's moving her teeth. So start scratching. I could train her to train me. I could train her to do things. There, I'll stop. Put my hand here. Mouth to hand. Oh, what's she going to do? What are you going to do? Do you want the other hand or this hand? Okay, well, wait. Let's see what she does. This stuff fascinates me. I like riding and whatnot, but this stuff, this horse behavior stuff is really, really super fascinating. I'm gonna look away. Not like there isn't enough to look at around here. I think YouTube died for a second there. She hasn't done anything. We're still standing here like statues. I'm gonna move over a little bit more. I don't know if this is boring. I hope this is not boring. I'm interested now that I'm in it. Let's see what happens. Here she comes. That's pretty bold. Now let's see if she reaches for my hand. Nope, we're just standing next to each other now. Gonna come around over here, the other side of the scene. Gracie's just eating. See, Lena doesn't care if you touch her stifle. I mean, she actually kind of finds it good. Look, I'm scratching her stifle. It's no big deal. It's a different horse. Same spot. It's such a soft spot too. Super soft and no, it says go back. Scratch the butt. Okay, that's it. I could do this. I do this for hours. Could do this for hours. I do it for hours. Look at my hands. Just oily, dirty messes. So, Gracie's still just eating. Look at Lena. Where'd you go? Why'd you leave me? All right. I feel sorry for her now. I gotta come back. Okay. I'm getting the jacket super dirty. I don't want to get my jacket dirty, so I'm gonna switch out for a second here. Sorry if it's clicking and making noise. Okay, here we go. We're kind of cramped. Come over here. Come here. Will you come with your tail? I don't remember. Have I taught you? Yes, I have taught you. Good girl. Okay. Look at her. It's a lot of work, to be honest. But I feel like I have to spend enough time with her. Now my hands are dirty. Okay. Okay, that's it. I'm done squishy scratching. You look like you needed that. Good. You're welcome. Let's put your forelock back. Okay. Now that's it. Now I think I gotta get on. I got some repairs to do. It's starting to rain a little. See? Turn into that. All right, that's it, everybody. I hope, oh my goodness, we're way over an hour. Hopefully that's been kind of interesting. Do you have any more questions? Let's see, hopefully not. Lena's too cute. She certainly is. Yeah, a little late to take my jacket off. Tamara, hello. Love the live stream. Thanks. I'm educational. I hope so. Scratchy Sticky would not survive. You know, 2x4 to scratch Lena. She needs so much pressure. Twinkie, yes, they do. They do teach us a lot of stuff. Not staged in real time. It certainly is. I just need to wash my fingers off. Hang on a second. You guys can stare at Lena. It's weird what it feels like underneath your nails. Yeah, you learn a heck of a lot hanging around with these things. And David and I were messing around with doing some grooming, and I had a brush, and we were testing if we could tell where she wants to be scratched based on if she were to touch the brush in a certain spot. And it actually worked really, really well. So you learn that, and then, you know, it's easy to tell when they don't want to be touched because they look like Gracie. Get angry and give you ears and eyes. And risk getting bit. Okay, cleaner. Ta-da! Okay, yes, Lena is very good at flexing around. You're right, Lori 50. Lena does know exactly what you want. Is there a riding schedule to do for how often you ride them? Sort of. Yes, Lena's a 10-year-old Oldenburg draft. Sue is correct. Can Jen get around the horses like I do? Yep. Yep. Actually, we don't exactly know what Lena is. We were told she's an Oldenburg draft. It doesn't mean that she is, but she kind of looks like, you look like one. You're definitely drafty. It's so weird when they do that. It's a weird feeling. And you can't really make it happen. You can't kind of make them, like when she's done sniffing my face, she's just done sniffing my face. See? Can't make it happen. She just does it. Well, that's not bad. She says, you smell like a human. Human, just scratch me. Yeah, you're right about the jacket being dirty. That's okay. Easily washed. That's about it. I definitely have to get on my things. You guys have been great. It's been wonderful to play around with the horses with everybody. Good questions, great questions. I'm glad that you know, some of the stuff I put out there is making some sense to everybody. Makes sense to me, I guess that's probably why I say it. Let's just see. So hopefully I got those questions. Moving on. We think Lena's 10. Looking at that question again, it's hard to tell. You can kind of look at their teeth, but once they get beyond, say, 7 or 8 or so, then it sort of gets a little bit blurry. And so generally you can tell from their teeth and how they've come along or how they're growing, what's in there. Riding schedule, right? Twinkie, there's a riding schedule to do, and how often do you ride them? I ride quite a bit. I ride every day now. I haven't done a lot of riding videos because it's actually difficult to take video while riding, especially if I'm doing real work. I've tried it in the past and it always just kind of doesn't come across quite right. A static shot also does not present well. So what I really need is a camera person of some sorts, but again, you know, there's a lot of riding videos out there. So not so many behavior stuff. Lena's got great flexion, that's right. Yes, Lori, I think I said that. Not staged exactly. Lena is very cute. Caitlin, you've caught a live stream. You certainly have. Nancy, funny, my hands look the same way. Ran out of baby wipes. Keep washing my hands in the toolbox. Yeah, a little water takes it off. Yes. So there we go. Anyway, so now Lena's just staring at me, expecting a little bit more lovin's, but I honestly do have to get back. I got to go fix one of the shelters. I've got to add some gravel. I got to move some mats over in the far paddock. So, and then dinner time's got to happen sooner or later. So. It's fun. So hopefully you enjoyed that. If you guys have any other questions later on or whatever, let me know. If not, cool. Thanks for coming in and joining us. We've had fun. Lena likes her ears scratched too. What are we looking at? I don't see anything. So I'll just reach up here and watch. All the way in there. Oh, nope, I've lost it. In the top. Such a good girl. So there you go. Ear scratching. Pull the ear down. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Thanks for coming in. I will see you again tomorrow. I will be back. I promise. I know I've been a little delayed on getting videos out, which is kind of what a live video is really helpful to do, because I don't have to do editing later and get it online. It's just here, so I can do some stuff, talk about some stuff. Think she'll make it her way over? Here she comes. She says, "Don't leave me." But I've got a lot of material that I want to present. So I will be back, I promise. Hopefully my computer doesn't crash again. Sun's going down. Another beautiful sunset with lots of textured sky. Here, I'll show you guys. You guys will be able to see it. It's just gorgeous here. It's really, really, really nice. So, all right. Yes, she does follow a lot. Okay, everybody, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. I'll be back, I promise. That's about it. Have yourselves a good night, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are on the planet. Whew, that's sun. And I'm doing horsey stuff. So see you guys later.